Because Gambit got that big couple of wins, right? Against Nigma? Didn't they take Nigma down 2-0?
That was their only wins.
So that's all they need. The people are convinced.
They're the people's champ.
If you could beat Nigma, you can beat anybody.
True. All right.
In this case, it could be a tall order because I got to say I'm kind of liking the HellRaisers lineup. The panel seems to like it. They get the Coddle Bristle. They got Storm, which you could tell us whether this is a fantastic Storm game or not, pairing it with the Darkseer and a Nyx kicker.
Job?
Is it your job? I don't know if it's your job. You probably don't get paid to do it, but we trust your insight about the boy in blue.
Pretty good Storm game. Pretty good Storm game. I'd say it's like a solid 8.
An 8?
Yeah, depends on how he lanes. The first 2 waves really matter against mid. But GPK has not really felt like GPK to me lately, so who knows. And Gambit's, in fact, going to get 2 of the bounty runes. They're just going to get an even split. Oh, I hate when it's just a 2 for 2. I like to see some action.
Exciting. Oh, yeah. Well, each team gets a little bit of what they want. Poshka goes pretty deep bottom lane for some side wars and outpost action. But yeah, our mid lane Kunkka Storm matchup. It is Storm getting the better block and high ground right now. And we'll have that little bit of a push start to begin things out. And we got Tusk kicking out on the side. The Bristle for now is on his own, but where's Coddle at? He's showing up now, so you got the full Coddle action here. They do not go with the level 1 Chakra, though. He goes level 1 Blinding Light. So Bristle's going to have to make it work on him, though. I did like how FNG had the salves, the extra salves in that game to help with the Bristle. It wasn't FNG, was it? No, the first series. But here, Miposhka just holding one salve for himself and really muscling back the Tusk. I feel like we've seen this before. Wasn't it just last game with Kyle muscling out a Tusk or something?
It was the Pingo.
Yeah, okay. So all the games are just blending together.
I don't blame you at all, honestly. This is like our 13th day of broadcast or something like that.
14th, I think. Yeah, 14th day of like 3 best-of-3s every day.
Let's get that.
The Dota comes together real fast.
It all just becomes one. It's a swarm, you know?
We have a stronger foothold on the meta probably than anyone else as the sample sizes continue here. Dream in his PL matchup doesn't need assistance as FNG is dealing with the outpost nearby. Oh, what's going on up top? It's going deep right now to contest pull camps on the side. But what is the Bristle's killing capability here? They have a deep lane to dive and to pressure and to even chase a bit, but it's hard to kill a Weaver. Yeah,
it's really hard to kill Shashla in this game. I think Nyx just farms. Hopefully you get big enough where you can just kind of run them over. I think that is the idea. Although I've seen Coddle lose once already today, so we'll see. It's 1-1 today alone. Gambit actually lowered the win rate of that hero.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about how Coddle's OP all the time because then he's just going to get nerfed.
You want to keep him just...
Got to keep him decent. I feel like it's just how the meta is right now, you know?
Yeah, he's not broken. He's just, you know, not first pick worthy. People are being weird.
If they nerf some of the other heroes, then the meta could change.
Is, but maybe dead here. No, he might.
Ooh, he's calculated this one. Oh!
No, he's going to die if he gets to the creep wave. No. And, in fact, GPK is going to pop his own self, too. And they're both just fine. Just
possible trouble bottom. Roger stuns up. Looks to move on to Dream, who's forced to doppelgang Surge, and FNG
that would have
will
been a kill.
Disrupt. Nice holding of the disruption for the absolute necessary time. So you gotta be cautious as your supports in your pubs out there. Sometimes you get a little reckless and you like to be offensive with your disruptions. It's always good to kind of nurse them just in case the approach is there, because HellRaisers are getting quite aggressive on this bottom lane. Ooh, nice 2-man stun was set up by Roger.
I think Vampire has a kill mid.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to pull focus there as the jump does come out. It's Vampire and that Tusk rotating in, and they will be successful in their first blood. It is GPK who picks up the last hit. Beautiful stuff from Gambit. And, yeah, with the Weaver kind of being able to do his own thing and has Sakuchi to avoid any trouble, this Tusk is free to kind of run around a bit. You know, the downside is Bristle's going to also farm up pretty nice if he only has to worry about the Weaver.
Yeah, Bristle's getting quite a bit in this lane too. So is Nyx, in fact. He's got boots and a stick. He's got some more regen coming to him. Like every lane is kind of going okay-ish, but Weaver's doing just fine up here because of the move speed. Bristle can't really chase him down. This level of goo is kind of pointless. I like that Vampire is no longer going up there. Honestly, Weaver doesn't die, and he's just kind of soaking up XP if he does go up there.
He's got nothing to do.
The better thing is what he's doing right now, which is he's messing with this Keeper of the Light from being able to just stack, because Keeper of the Light knows Bristle, Weaver, they're just going to watch each other farm.
Yep. Yeah, this is a great heads up. I don't know if Vampire can necessarily take the camps for himself or anything, but can definitely stop the Coddle from creating more camps and making it clear.
Being annoying. His Weaver gets a pure 1v1, which means that Shoshlo is just fine, and this is not benefiting.
Oh, I like that. He tried to
HellRaisers.
bump all the creeps to the low ground so it would still stack, but yeah, obviously not going to be easy to do. And Tusk being quite annoying to the Coddle, but doing obviously a wonderful job. But the Sleeping Dragons will continue to farm up. Bristle will farm up nicely and could be a problem later. We'll just have to wait to see, while it's Kunkka just barely inching ahead. Obviously courtesy of that first blood, but Storm is not straggling too far.
He's really far behind in CS, or net worth though, the Storm.
Yeah.
Like considerably far behind.
Would it be in his interest to make something happen once he gets to his level 6, or is it going to be too risky to leave the Kunkka? Yeah.
You need treads before you make this play, but GPK is doing so well, and Vampire is just hurrying him everywhere. I think this mid lane is going too well. Like, I think GPK will snowball in this game and just win it by himself at this rate.
He's got the catapult now, so dishing away some damage onto this tier 1. Roger's going to be forced to step in with the stun to try to pull focus, but that's when Vampire shows himself. They move in with the torrent and the boat. Carapace stun, bump back from Miposhka. Here comes the X pullback. The stun comes out, but they're going to get the last hit finish. It's GPK who picks that one up.
He's getting way too big. He's 1,000 net worth ahead at 6 minutes over the Storm turret. I feel like I see this happen too often to Storms. Like, they're just losing all their lanes lately. And Kasani is going to get chased out of the jungle. If GPK steals these stacks, then I'd say the game is like nearly done. It'd be really hard for them to recover.
Oh my goodness, he is going for the stacks, and he has 2 of his boys here to help him out in taking it. I mean, you're absolutely right. This is a big offshore account right now for HellRaisers that's being just Ocean's 11'd.
Yeah, it's
They got Matt Damon, Brad Pitt, George Clooney. They're all in there. They're just taking up all that sweet resources.
Don Cheadle. The boys are all
Can't
here.
forget about Cheadle. He's in there just as big as everybody else. Yeah. The war machine.
This game is not that fun for Storm now. It's not over. I'm, obviously being just exaggerating for dramatic effect, but you're not doing yourself any favors for sure.
Yeah.
And Storm doesn't really have the easiest way to come back in this game either. He's 1,400 net worth behind.
Well, he's making a little bit of action here. A cute little kill onto Vampire could certainly help, and that's exactly what does happen.
That's some gold, baby.
It is some gold. And, you still got a Bristle farming up 2 on the side. Maybe you could come together and start pressuring some tier 1s. But, mid.
He's just dead. He just got outplayed so hard by GPK. Oh my god, Kasani just got... He has a regen rune too. He wasn't able to use anything. Now he's almost 2,000 net worth behind.
Unfortunate there for the Storm. I'll take the fall on that one, Pop-Tart. I pulled you to the top lane.
He's almost got 2 levels now on him too. He's got 2. He actually does have exactly 2 levels.
How do you deal with this if you're HR right now? I mean,
I don't know, man.
You can't do it with a Darkseer.
To play it.
Nyx is not level 6 yet. Coddles doesn't have Will-O-Wisp.
Vampire just ruined his game.
Yeah, he did a great job being that secret agent, if you will, just kind of scouting through the jungle and pulling out all the camps, and now GBK is just getting so damn swole.
He came mid. He messed with him there. Like, he just did so much in this game. He stopped the stacks. He killed mid twice.
And they still have Dream farming decently in the bottom lane, too. It's just like a kicker.
Shoshalo's farming, too. Like, everyone's just getting big.
This is pressure on HR to step up in the mid game somehow, in whatever form that may be. And look how defensively set up HR are with these wards, too. They really want to make sure.
It's TP towards bottom. They want to get this kill on Funnick, and he's going to eat the trees around and go all the way around. GPK, like, he's huge brain right now.
Can they get close enough? Oh, the shards block. That will certainly be the beginning of the end for Funnick. Crash in the bow. It's FNG who gets the last hit. Gambit firing on all cylinders here for game number 2 already.
Yeah, they're feeling themselves right now.
You know, HR trying to turn up the pressure certainly in this top lane with the Bristle, like chunking down the creeps behind the tower. But
they can't kill this Weaver. I think is the mass like a really, really, really big problem. No one's gonna rotate.
oh, mid lane. Got X. Pull back. Roger's in trouble.
That's another
Roger's
kill.
dead.
Just keep giving it to him.
Oh my goodness, this is going to be the biggest Kunkka I've seen in a while.
He is really farmed. He's
That's
got
crazy.
1,000 gold more than the Bristle, who's been doing nothing but farming.
Oh boy. Yeah, this is a actually wonderful formula coming out from GPK. It felt like, you know, based on earlier today, this Coddle Bristle could be just unstoppable, but we're looking at these elusive, aggressive heroes coming out from Gambit, and it's definitely throwing a wrench into things. You're seeing the Storm Spirit really be neutered in this game, waiting on a way to kind of build up some momentum to catch up. The Bristle was obviously neutered with the amount of farm potential that is normally online for him. And a lot of the supports on HR just kind of scrambling around trying to, you know, help out their cores who are struggling. So they are under-leveled. And we're going to see a point now where Gambit and their supports, they're all level 6 nearly, just the Tusk. But that doesn't matter. The Tusk is doing plenty without it.
Oh no, the time lapse at top. Kasani goes for a play, tries to kill the Weaver who just time lapses, runs back, doesn't have any sort of support, any sort of follow-up kills, and the situation just gets a little bit worse as time goes on.
Yeah, Funnick just
Funnick
got
is dead
back,
again?
and they could just... Oh my God! That was a hard-ass punch. See you later, Funnick. Goodness.
This is dead too. Here's the boat. They've got SDL too.
Oh, man. I
Oh,
felt
the
that.
long zip.
Okay, here we go. That's nice. Kasani gets a nice little snipe on his support.
If they could kill GPK,
that's money.
this is such a big streak.
Beautiful
Give it to
setup with the
Nyx.
Wisp. Can they get the last hit onto Nyx? That would definitely change momentum here. And they got it.
Nice.
And they got it. 550 gold about into
And
the pocket.
They're
of
still
Nyx.
really far behind.
I know,
But
that's nice.
anything goes.
Wow. Dude, Funnick just took such a hard shot. He's back, and he's like, top lane seems good. I'll go here. I'll go here. And try to farm up, get that wall. He'll be that, you know, defensive hit. Let's go watch
I
it
think
again.
he got like 2 shot
Look
here.
at this.
The cleave
Boom.
hit, bang. 3 hits.
Ow. He got punched from both sides on each cheek. It was rough. And then obviously the boat fought, but they couldn't quite crack the bristleback. And then Kasani does the wonderful rotation over, pops out FNG. Coddle, he's got his level 6 now, so he got a couple levels real fast. Being around for those kills got him to that level 6, I imagine, and allowed the Will-O-Wisp follow up and everything. So nice little chain of events for HellRaisers. As you mentioned, doesn't pull him out of this rut yet. They'll need more than that as they still fall behind about 3K of net worth. You know, Dream still not really being involved in any of that commotion, so he is free to do his own. He's got his hood, and he is getting close to the defusal.
I just don't know if they have enough lockdown on the side of HellRaisers this game. Last game, it felt like they had stuns for days. GPK is just taking everything that he wants, stacks for himself. He's still really, really big.
Absolutely.
He's got a BKB coming up next. That's going to be a really big item pickup for him too.
I think Nyx just lost his courier too, and that did have his Sange on it. So
Rough times.
That's unfortunate for the Bristle. Be without that precious Sange for a little while. But Gambit's still in good spot, good foothold on this map, taking the majority of the economy, it looks like here. And taking away a couple of wards, confidently moving forward. I think it's pressure on HR to kind of make something happen at this point.
Oh, 100%. If nothing changes right now and Gambit just farms, they're going to win.
It's so bad. I mean, Kunkka gets big, they still have the PL. Like, who is scaling on HR right now? Certainly with the Storm still falling behind. It's just all bristleback right now. So I don't think you want to let Gambit farm too much. It might be time to come together and make some objectives and pull the fight your way. Roger is on the prowl now. He's got that level 6. He can spot out FNG, which is a cute little kill. They'll take, you know, whatever little scraps they can.
Oh, 100%. They just need to get some gold going. So Kasani has kind of recovered a little bit. Like, he's gone around the map, made some kills happen, but he's still not really a strong second core.
Yeah. Right, but they eyeball this mid lane, and you know you got ultimates now up. You got the Will-O-Wisp.
Can you actually kill this?
How are you gonna kill Weaver? How are you gonna kill Weaver? Well, they got Dust, they got Pull, they got Sun. Okay, well that's how you kill Weaver. Will, that's how you kill right there. There's some raid spray, really.
Ion shelled up Storm, and this is gonna bring Vampire on the high grounds.
Oh,
not exactly where he wants to be potentially.
Oh, FNG's there. Disruption onto the Storm, but Will-O-Wisp for when he pops out, a mild bump back. But here comes the boat, and that rum will help keep them alive. And that's
does he have the right click? Ah,
nice. Just a little bit extra space. Grabs the fangs, pulls them back, but obviously not what HR were hoping to get out of that.
No, they got Weaver for nothing. But maybe they get Nyx here. This is the Torrent.
Good pullback here from Gambit.
Vampire's here now with the tag team.
And no TP chance there. That is their biggest net worth on the side.
Holy
of
cow,
HR.
he dies fast to the tag team when he gets hit from the front by the PL illusions.
Yeah. Ugh, that's not good. That's not a good foreshadowing here for HellRaisers.
No, he went down really quickly. Things will help a lot when he gets his halberd. That's going to be a lot of evasion, and that'll help his cause. He does have it. He's fully completed it up. He just needs to put it back on himself. That's 25% evasion, and PL notoriously does not want to build MKB or anything like that because it doesn't really help his illusions. He's going to go for what looks like a Silver Edge, even though there's already a Shadow Blade on GPK. They already have somebody that can build that item. It's really good on PL, though, as a disengage tool. And it looks like he kind of wants to hunt people, like snipe the Keeper of the Light, if possible. But I would recommend a different item and not so much overlap.
Yeah, they really hate Bristle, I guess. But whatever the case may be, we'll see if it's something he decides to follow through with or not. As they decide to step back and continue to farming up for the Tier 2 neutral items. A giant camp has been pulled together on the side of HellRaisers for Bristle to build up some recovery from. As you mentioned, finishing out the halberd, looking to pick up the BKB next. Feeling that that is the tool he needs.
Vampire Fangs, if he wants them.
But unfortunately for HellRaisers, it's idle waiting for a lot of them. They're just watching their cores farm up and wait till it's, you know, they're at the ready to kind of take a fight.
I think now's the time. You're not really waiting for any other items.
I would hope so. Now they pop the smoke.
Like, you can't wait more time for the Storm. But the problem is they're going to run into a really good timing of Gambits, too. GPK just finishes BKB. Oh. Dota is a timing on timing game.
Yeah.
And GPK's BKB is a pretty massive pickup.
That's a big trap card right now they could pull out right onto HellRaisers. Nyx is leading out the front, trying to get things started. Gambit are reserved to hide their hand,
I would like them to fight
will.
this. They have BKB on their man. I think this is a pretty good grab. But
there's the X.
The TP gets canceled on the PL.
Okay, there's the go in. Can they get this going without PL being involved? Vacuum, snowball, boat does connect. There's the hit with the Spirit Vessel. Nyx, though, holding out fine for now. Weaver's going to be able to finish off that Will-O-Wisp. Sonic trying to go in from behind, looking to go for the finish on FNG. It's taking quite a bit of extra time because Nyx is falling in the meanwhile. Lots of damage on the Tusk. Has to back out. He's still running, though. He gets the surge. He's long gone.
They need to get a Spirit Vessel charge on him.
They will settle for Funnick instead. Oh, but the chase is on from Weaver. And he gets the new Vessel charge. That might be enough for the finish. Roger steps in with the Dust, trying to stop him. Kasani, though, able to get that finish on the GPK. Roger does go down. Nyx makes it back inside safely.
Yeah, and they continue to get some charges on this Vessel, which is really important. You can see how much easier it is to kill him when he is under the effects of the Vessel. You saw that the Bristleback, when he didn't have the Vessel on him, there was 3 heroes just beating away at him, the PL, the Kunkka, and the Tusk, and they still weren't able to bring him down. And in fact, he almost turned it around on them. And Kasani getting that follow-up kill on the Kunkka makes this kind of a decent-ish trade. But that was with the Nyx Assassin stopping
Yeah.
Dream from TPing. And they saved their mid tower, so they're going to go for it again.
Yeah, they're going to finish what they started here. Should be an easy clean of the plate. But PL dances in now.
I just don't really know what their PL answer is going to be as the game goes on. It still feels like a really good game for Dream.
I don't know. It's like Mjolnir Bristleback at that point or some way to wipe out illusions, but I don't see that being too easy.
Yeah, that's why they want to take every single fight while they can.
And let's see if they can get a jump onto Weaver here. With no follow-up damage, he easily Sakuchi's out. Okay, disruption onto Nyx. Jump in from Kasani, looking to go for the snipe on FNG. That one is successful.
The Meteor Hammer?
Big hammer.
It's nothing.
Uppercut, Kasani, dead. And now the Will-O-Wisp being committed from Miposhka. Nyx trying to fight on forward. Does he have damage, though? Vampire's able to create a little bit of space. Funix steps in. Heads out the other direction. He dropped his first wall of the game, but it's back at mid lane. As they retreat out, the Weaver chases them down.
And Nyx is just getting kited by multiple heroes. He's trying to make it back to his wall. And they've got Spirit Vessel charges for him, too.
Yeah, he needs help. Nyx trying to head back his way, but it's going to be too late to save him. Dishes out a stun, but he may have just thrown himself into the fight. Meteor Hammer, but not going to be enough to get a finish.
I think right now it looks like we're going to a game 3.
Yeah.
Dream just doesn't die. There's just way too much to deal with this. Bristleback right now, even if he gets BKB, I still feel like they're going to have control issues. And their lack of tools at dealing with all of these slippery heroes, I'd say. Like, everybody on the side of Gambit has some sort of disengage tool. You have the Glimmer Cape on the Shadow Demon and its Disruption. You have Kunkka with his BKB, and he's got the Shadow Blade. PL has his Doppelganger. You've got a Blink Dagger and a Snowball. And you've got the Invis and the Time-Lapse on the Weaver. Like, everyone has something annoying to deal with, and you're so limited on stuns. 2 of your cores don't really come with a stun. I guess Vacuum, you know, in a pinch it'll do, but more for canceling TPs than locking people in place.
Just an insane amount of survivability on the side of Gambit.
Yeah, you've got one team with massive survivability and one team that doesn't lock anybody down.
And we'll have to see what the game plan is for HR. Certainly when their ults come up, I guess, try to make something happen as a team, but if they can find opportunities to capitalize on Gambit's missteps, but right now the cards are stacked against them, certainly, with being down an 8K deficit, now 9K. Feels like Gambit just have everything they could ask for. Can't really do the Roche too swiftly. We'll need to create a bit of space around that pit to get it done. Meanwhile, it looks like they did catch the PL.
They got
the
him.
Secret Shop. They get that done. Vampire jumps in to try to bail him out, but now he'll be the +1.
He was completely isolated by himself.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Those are missteps.
That was a huge misstep.
HR, take that nod. Okay, go to the Roche pit. Let's go.
Roger just found the real one. Pops his head in.
Very nice. It's something. Need a lot more than that, but these do help.
Yeah, it's little by little.
As we see, yeah, on the other side, it's GPK and company farming, knowing that they can't do a whole lot at the moment to assist in that. Now the Aegis is complete. They're going to give it to Kasani.
Immortality is his.
One of the best Aegis candidates in the game, obviously, as he has queued up the Orchid and a BKB follow-up.
He wants a tool to deal with the supports and the evasion and all that, like everyone's slipperiness. It's a really, really good one because if he gets on top of the Shadow Demon, I think Shadow Demon is priority #1.
He's been pretty good at that.
I don't know. Tusk is annoying too. Because if he finds Weaver on a lane, that's a kill. But in a team fight, let's say Shashlo gets gone on, there's Tusk Snowball with Blink, and there's also a Shadow Demon disruption, right?
Yeah, but soon you might have to consider Weaver in that category. He's about to have an Ags. Suddenly everybody has a get-out-of-jail-free card.
He needs Roger to find one of these like elusive targets.
Yeah.
One of these supports with him. Like if Roger can find the Shadow Demon, then he can go for the Tusk, and they'll kill at least one of them, and the fight becomes a lot easier after that. That has to be the rough order that they're looking for here.
So HR sniped down the outpost from the Gambit side of things as they farm the safer half of the map. They have the Aegis, so they're feeling pretty good that Gambit are not going to make any sudden aggressive plays onto them. And they will take their business all the way through and even to the mid lane. They're going to see if they can draw Gambit their direction, possibly. But Gambit have their own split pressure going on. They secure a top tier 2. And a little bit of more money in the pocket. See Coddle with the gem now in hand, so see if they can take back any assisted vision here. I was trying to see if maybe Gambit are going to catch some of these HR members on the way out. But some of them are making the call to just keep pressuring this top lane instead. I mean, HR have a decent high ground defense if you have a Darkseer on your team and a Will-O-Wisp. It's okay.
Yeah, they're waiting for this Orchid on Storm. He's getting really close to it. He's got it now. Then maybe they decide to take a fight.
And he has a DD bottled up as well.
Yeah. They did just trade towers in a situation where they have Aegis. So
Roger.
Nyx is getting really deep.
Spotting them.
I like this by Roger. If he can find GPK while he tries to TP out,
yep, there's
this
two.
is ideal.
Is he going to cancel? 2 of them? Any of them? Nice. Waits the last second. Cancels out GPK. They jump in on him top lane. They isolate the Kunkka.
Massive kill.
And they'll finish him off.
500
by
gold.
Roger.
And a Bloodstone charge.
Okay.
Really, really, really well done by Roger. They just TP'd out one by one in front of him, and he decided to choose the Kunkka. Could have gone for the PL2, but maybe the Kunkka would have canceled his TP then, and they would have tried to fight their way out.
True.
So he went for the TP.
That's a good heads-up play. Wow. All right. Was a 9K plus advantage, now down to 6. As HellRaisers are scrapping what kills together they can, knowing that they don't want to risk letting Gambit continue to farm up and push us into the later stages where it can certainly get a lot more risky. They now have Nyx charging his way down this mid lane.
And PL is going to go for an Abyssal Blade, really effective tool at killing almost all the heroes in this game. Nyx is getting really low. He's got to be a little bit careful here.
Yeah, Coddle is still supplying him with the mana as the Diffusal burns it out, but has to not let himself get overtaken by Gambit. Looks like they'll decide to pull out at this point. All right, HR obviously playing this one a lot more cautiously. All right, I don't know when he picked it up, but Funnick has a Lotus Orb now complete. It's always cute and nice. Could be a lot of fun with the snowball, disruptions and such. Okay, look at this approach. HR just around the corner here.
And Roger knows. Oh.
Roger's been spotted. He's got to run out the other. He's got to run out the other side. How far are they going to chase for him?
They got vision of him. They have a gem.
Look on the other side though. GPK was spotted right by Nyx. They're going to get flanked from both fronts here. Long jump all the way through. Kasani looking to go straight for FNG, who heads out the other side. Has to go for a secondary target. Kasani jumps out. Big wall, big Will-O-Wisp right on top of it.
Can they kill Shoshlo? One more hit.
Trying to burn it down. He runs out the other side. Roger also very low.
FNG has died, so they've got a numbers advantage.
Yes, they do. Trying to get the finish. Nyx still up in arms. Now with Vampire. Dream on the outside, making his way out. GPK committing in. They're looking to go for the Storm. They hit him with a Torrent. He gets the Lotus Orb.
His Aegis is gone. He's got to be careful.
A bit.
He didn't get the regen from it either, and he's got a gem. They have to full retreat now.
Yes, they do. He goes right for the TP. Do they have a way to stop him? Oh, wow. That was right at the last second. Some real Indiana Jones shit right there as he barely makes it up from the boulder. Nyx on the other side. He BKBs. He runs out the other way. Vampire, though, is going to meet him from the front. Miposhka, I don't think he can help. He'll try to Blinding Light, but now he gets caught from the Walrus Punch, and he will also go down. Double kill for the Weaver.
Perfect Torrent. They were so close to killing Shoshlo. He had 80 HP. If he dies there, they get the gem back. They can win that fight. That was 2 buybacks committed by Gambit to kill them, but the timing on that Aegis too. If Kasani loses it a few seconds earlier, like if Gambit mess up, kill him, and he responds with full mana, he gets that kill on the Weaver guaranteed.
It looked like he didn't even use, unless he picked that DD, but yeah, dang, very close. Potentially another string of awesome events for HR to potentially get themselves back into this, but Gambit had the positioning, had the trees nearby. They were slippery enough to make it out from what could have been a huge catastrophic failure potentially for them.
Yeah, really well done by Shochlo with his positioning. He kept that fight extended for as long as possible, and GPK is getting really huge. He's almost got his Aghanim Scepter. He's going to fire off that Torrent Storm, make it really difficult for the supports of HR to come in close.
All right, now Gambit confident to migrate down and over and try to take the outpost, because it is about to be 30 minutes, and you want to get a little bit of that XP. Oh, 2 minutes, Miposhka says. I need 2 minutes right now. Well, 10th series here. I don't know if it's a bathroom break or not. But 16-14, 7K in. If you're just tuning in, it's 1-0 right now for HellRaisers in our second series of today. HellRaisers pulling off a pretty emphatic victory for game number 1, and now they are being tested here. Gambit not trying to bow out as a quick 0-2. They have the late game scaling kind of tri-core lineup going. And, you know, HellRaisers, it's been a lot more work for them to try to get back into this game. They've been blessed with a couple of swift pickoffs and missed positions from either the Kunkka or then the PL. But they've had to work a lot harder for it.
Oh man, I still think that Gambit should win this game.
Mm-hmm.
They're being a little bit hasty in their engagements, and they're getting split up a little bit more than they should. If they take fights as 5, they'll be strong. They got counter-smoked from behind. That really hurt them.
Yeah, it feels like they definitely just still respect the massive team fight that HellRaisers bring. So they are not just kind of throwing themselves into unnecessary fights.
Yeah, and it's really Gambit that needs to find the backline first. Like, if you can kill this Cape of the Light, as you can see, Miposhka lives till the very end of these fights.
That's many extra chakras, many blinding lights that affect these fights.
They just randomly found Roger.
Yes, they did.
That happens. You know, Roger's just beetling around.
Yeah, he's done a lot for the team, not going to lie. He's definitely had some critical setups, and he's definitely given a lot of info on what's been happening on the Gambit side of things. A nuisance for sure for Gambit, but there they do squish the bug. And HR are frantic to kind of farm out the top half of the map as much as possible. Because it's interesting, just Gambit's priorities on trying to push objectives are a bit, you know, 50-50. They don't feel like they're tremendously pressured to kind of get this game over with because they have just such a good scaling lineup. The PL will just get better and better. The Kunkka's just going to get better and better. They're going to end up having more tools to deal with, you know, the Bristleback and Storm and such.
Yeah, that is the hope. I mean, they have a Silver Edge. They've got Aghanims on Kunkka. Doesn't have buyback or anything like that, but probably won't need it at this phase of the game. Phantom Lancer, I would like for him to just finish his Abyssal, considering how close he is. He also won't have buyback. He'll have completely used his gold with that.
Don't need a buyback if you can get an Aegis soon. The Roche is almost up, so maybe they can...
This is the big fight.
Farm out through this top lane, grab the Roche. I feel like if HR does not get this Roche, like, they pretty much have sealed their fate.
I think so, too. I think the odds swing like another, like, 20%.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, I think it's reasonable game for HR to still win. I don't know what Dota Plus is going to say. It looks like 70-30. Yeah, I think it goes to like 90-10 if you get this Aegis on the Phantom Lancer, and then you get a cheese on the Kunkka. Then the game becomes really, really hard.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Because you're flirting with a lot of lives then. Shochlo has Aghanims, time lapse, so you're going to have to deal with quite a bit.
It's so much. That, you got your snowballs, you got your disruptions. It feels like there's always a defensive answer just when you think you might get the upper hand on some of these cores, and then the cores are going to just start beefing up themselves with higher higher health pools with all the items they've been bringing in. Kunkka is nearly 3, now he's 3.4k if he activates the, or doesn't activate, or just suddenly became 3.4k. All right.
Yeah, and Bristleback, by the way, has finished his relic, so no buyback for him either. There's, in fact, only the heroes that matter for me, it's Kasani that has it. It's just him.
All right, here we go. Gambit on the move yet again. This time through the bottom. Potentially through to the mid lane. Looking to go for a pick and roll, if you will. A pick on somebody and roll through a lane. Obviously, HR just don't want to take a fight unless it's on their terms. All right, we'll see how much they want to do here. I mean, where's our Roche at? Still 1 minute. They have Roger kind of scouting it out on the back end side. It looks like HR are either going to wait for high ground or a fight at the Roche pit. That's pretty much their two choices.
Pingin. They're under vision temporarily, and Nyx is now going to go in. He doesn't quite have his Radiance. He's going to run into Dream here, who doesn't really want to fight either. Almost has buyback on this Phantom Lancer. Not that far away from gold.
Send in more PL illusions down the mid lane.
They really want to complete this Radiance. He's so close to it. 200 gold off. Kill this wave mid. And like one more creep. There's not even a camp there for him. Nyx wants it so badly, and then they're going to smoke, I feel. This is the item that they are waiting for. It's a really good way to deal with the Phantom Lancer.
Centaurs.
Oh no, they lost Kasani during that time though, and the gem!
Wait, what? Kasani, what are you doing down there, you fool?
Dude, they were about to finish. They were going to smoke.
They're going to tip him, so he might be able to buy back a gem with those tips. In all seriousness, unfortunately.
That was such bad
Kasani.
timing, that death. He wanted to meet up with the rest of his team. Aposhka had a smoke. They were going to bristle back with Radiance, maybe walk in a Roshan pit. Like, there was a lot of options for them there, and now he might have to buy back defensively because they're just going to walk in and around on them.
Yeah, either they push down mid and force the buyback, or they push out this mid lane, double back for the Roche.
It's the loss of the gem that's so massive. He needs that to jump on the Weaver.
Yeah. No, I don't know what you can do at that point. Better make room for Dust or something, or have one available nearby. But here comes Gambit. Oh, look at who we got here. We got some HR members who are not safely inside. They got Coddle. Ooh, he gets bailed out with a Surge and a Lotus. Does leave Funnick in a bit of an awkward spot.
This Radiance, though, the miss.
Pull back, catch, Torn. He's forced to drop the wall.
The Storm.
And the vacuum combo. No buyback yet, still from the Storm. The Torrent Storm, the only one doing a lot of work here. As GPK will now have to backpedal a bit.
Nyx is doing work.
Those illusions are annoying, and the Bristleback running through him. Okay, Storm's back. He's CPing in. Can they catch anybody? Do they want to try to catch anybody?
Yeah, they want to fight this. 100%.
Dream is awkwardly backpedaling here. Gambit are pacing back. Maybe they're waiting. They're holding out. He's got the time lapse. He commits it.
Kasani getting on top of GPK before he gets his BKB off.
Will-O-Wisp is huge.
He's
oh,
got
the
one
BKB's off, and he's dead anyways. Good
if they can get their gem back.
Meanwhile, Dream is able to get the finish onto Funnick. Snowball's there. Vampire also down. Double kill for Nyx.
And a gem. Plus Roshan is up. This is a Roche with cheese.
Go. Go, HR. Get to that Roche pit.
As far as buybacks go,
it's only Kunkka.
Yeah, the Kunkka could use it, but he would be in an all-in position. You might just have to give this up. In fact, I'm sure you do. And it all starts with Nyx just being really tanky now with this Radiance. They used the Torrent Storm. They committed really hard under the tower. And GPK was already so low, didn't get the BKB off until the very end.
And even though Gambit did a good job, they were like backpedaling, keeping the supports way on the back just in case, they still could just jump so fast on HR, and they caught FNG under that Will-O-Wisp. Weaver, you know, he got his life-saving time-lapse off onto the PL, which bailed him out, but my goodness.
That's a big turn of events, and a BKB now for Kasani. That was pretty huge for them. Despite a 10k lead in favor of Gambit, it looks like the true 5-on-5 team fights are going in their favor.
Oh, man.
It feels as though Gambit aren't dealing enough damage.
Yeah. And even though they've got items you think were pretty appropriate to take it to someone like a Bristleback here, he's quite tough.
Yeah, and I think they should have either gone for a more aggressive play while the Storm was dead, maybe go for Roche of their own. Like, there were options here, and instead they decided to try to go high ground, which I think was the worst of all the options because it gave Storm enough time to come back alive without having to expend his buyback.
Yeah.
So now he's almost got Aghanim Scepter, which is a really good tool at dealing with this Phantom Lancer, who should still, in my opinion, be the strongest hero.
Ooh. They're crossing paths by the Roche Pit.
Oh, they've got Roger.
Inside, they've spot Roger.
Roger's so dead. He doesn't have buyback either. He's massively dead.
Okay, quickly they try to push out some of these lanes to get some extra time for Roger to possibly come back for a high ground defense. Ooh, quite tense. As Storm does have the extra life now.
They want to utilize this one, though. Any sort of pickoffs on heroes where Gambit can split them up is ideal. You want to make this as annoying as possible for HellRaisers to just find a clean 5-on-5 fight.
Oh, jump in. Look at that.
Another pickoff. Look at that. All right,
Swift
so
kill.
Another 50 seconds they have to wait now. Like, they're doing a really good job of just wasting the timer on this Aegis.
Yeah, I don't know if they're getting distracted with trying to chase down outposts too much and secure a little bit of XP for themselves. But yeah,
There's 2 minutes gone on it now.
Those little pickoffs could be costly.
Yeah, by the time he respawns on Coddle, it'll be 3 minutes of the Aegis down.
We'll see how Gambit want to play it. They can just kind of keep sidestepping HR for these couple of minutes, but force them in a position where they can't bulk up any further and take any good fights. Ooh, GBK doing the bungee cord kind of hits now with that X marks the spot, keeping all waves pushed in, keeping HR inside
So
where
now
they
you
can
want to
keep
split
tabs
up.
on them.
Yeah, Gambit now want to split up because everyone is about to revive. And during the timer of the Aegis, they actually gained in gold. They went from a 10k lead to a 13k lead because of those pickoffs. And HellRaisers felt like they had to play defensively. They're going to grab back one of the outposts, but again, the game still feeling pretty even. There's an Assault Cuirass finished on the Bristleback, which is really nice.
Wow. Yeah, he's getting close to critical mass here.
I should say, by the way, if they decide to take a fight right now on the side of Gambit, even though they have a 13k gold lead, it's because they're all saving for buyback. So there's a ton of net worth not being utilized here, Dakota.
Yeah.
So if they decide to take a fight, there's a DD rune here. The Aegis is about to fade in about a minute. They have to make a move now. Dream's already going for the split push. Maybe he even decides to go high ground if he sees everybody grouped up. In fact, he's going to do that. This is going to bring the Bristleback home.
Bristle's first on the scene. He and Dream will dance a little bit, but he's got to imagine that there are Gambit members in the nearby neighborhood. See how far he wants to push himself outside the base.
Now everyone's just getting out. Nyx is trying to chase, but they are just being run in circles.
We're about to get some tier 4 items now too, and they're getting a bit juicy with a Princess Knife and now a Spell Prism. Oh, smoke move out. Here's HR's time. If they want to use this Aegis, the time is now.
Yeah, but Gambit are aware of that too.
Oh yeah.
Like they are being led around the map really nicely.
They're pulled all the way back, deep into the lane.
Yeah.
Only available option might be this Dream PL, but no, look, they've spotted GBK. He has to pop
what
his
did
BKB.
they have for him? Nothing.
Nothing. They're waiting for him, though. They're waiting for the BKB to run out. He does
They found Roger.
Step out on the side while Gambit make their move in for Roger. The Will-O-Wisp is going to be committed. A jump in, a quick time lapse, and a bailout right there. Now rolling forward, the Aegis is going to be popped.
They've got the numbers advantage now. Roger's about to go down.
Jump in, and now it's a 3-on-5. They still have their cores, but how much are they going to be able to do? They're all running out. They want to withdraw entirely. They don't want anything to do with this.
Oh no, there's an illusion escape. He's got to go back for it. He has to eat the cheese just to pick that item back up.
Oof.
And Nyx is all by his lonesome. He might just pop BKB and try to fight.
They jump back in. There's the BKB, and then buyback from Roger. A vacuum pullback from Funnick, but into what right now? Do they have the right clicks to finish out the Weaver? They do. It's a 3x killing streak. Weaver does have buyback. Dream reapproaches now. Goes in to target Funnick.
There's no mana on Funnick.
He tries to surge out, takes the snowball to the high ground with him. And that will be his demise. He does have a buyback.
Storm's just going to get out. Yes.
They pull out. That is not good for HR.
Now Nyx, I think, might be dead. The
Okay.
buyback from...
Funnick wants to come back and play some more, bail out his Nyx friend, but they hit him with the Abyssal Blade. He's locked in a spot and finally finished off. And Poshka also hit with that Torrent Stun, is soon to follow. Both of them out without a buyback.
Oh, wow. They just did not ever get to use that Aegis in a good position.
No.
They really decided to force it, fighting under that tier 2 at top. Like, that was such a bad fight. The positioning was really rough for HellRaisers.
Oh, great. And great for Gambit, I guess, on the other side. They just recognized the timing of the Aegis. The thirst from HR was going to be there to try to find a fight. And Gambit say, if you want to fight, it's going to happen way on this side of the map when you have very little time to work with.
And a gem insta-picked up again by the Weaver, who finds the perfect item for his defensive self. He's got a magic lamp, which will make it so that this Storm can never just get a full combo off on him without being able to dispel, pop his time lapse. So the job gets harder. There's a Prince's Knife on the Phantom Lancer. They find their own Illusionist Cape. It really hurt that Kasani had to use his cheese just to pick up the cape on the way back. If that was his problem, he decided he was going to farm a creep wave, and he just happened to find a neutral item.
You can't deny a neutral item, can you?
You cannot.
Yeah. Would be unfortunate for them to have it. All right, bump back. And Rax now in jeopardy here. Bristleback should be back in about 10 seconds time. There's still a defense available from HR. Will it happen here in the mid lane? I think Gambit are going to be just satisfied with taking the 2 Rax and doubling back. Roche could respawn in about 10 seconds. And we could see them wait to secure an Aegis before going for the final blow. But that also allows another opportunity for HR to get into a very scrappy fight. And they have crazy team fight. And they're already heading that way. This could be the all or nothing play right now.
Yeah, the PL is almost 10,000 net worth above anybody else. This is the kind of Phantom Lancer that I was hoping to see to try to get to a game number 3. And he's just too massive. Being able to burst him down when he has this much defense on his side. You've got the Kunkka Rum. GPK gonna run in the Hex onto Roger, who's dead again right before a potential Roche respawn. It'll be up in a minute. He's dead for 90 seconds since he did use his buyback earlier. Timeless Relic picked up by Storm, which is really good, but I just don't know if you can fight this 4-on-5. And they are gonna take Roche on really quickly when it is up in a minute.
Probably too greedy there. I'm not sure if the goal was just getting that bounty rune, but certainly does
they're
not
chasing
feel
for
worth.
Nyx. It's going to be a 4v5. He's got to be careful here.
Yeah, they don't have all of Gambit at attendance yet to finish him. Let's see how fast they can get into action here. Dream chases down the Storm, and now they look to pincer and isolate Nyx. Vampire goes for the back lines to keep him out. But Nyx pox his BKB and heads back inside. That's not great, though. That means you don't have your BKB for your defense.
And they're just peppering him with spells.
He's so damn tanky, but, you know, they could just ignore him and try to get everyone else down. Oh, Dream.
Getting kind of low.
Yeah, he's eating a bit of damage.
And the wall?
Vacuum.
They might have him here.
Wall. Beautiful wall.
He gets the Satanic off.
Dream now trying to fight his way out and get his life back. The disruption save is barely there, but it's not enough to save him.
He went way too deep for this.
Wow.
And Phantom Lancer is dead. He does have buyback. And they got mid-racks for that. Just hitting away. Like, the tier 4 towers are getting beat on, but
this is not an easy game to close out. HR just have
so
much team fight, so much defense. Like, it doesn't matter how hard your cores can hit or how much net worth they have.
It's Roche, though. That's the big objective.
That's the, yeah.
I think Phantom Lancer should buy back for this. I think if you get this on HellRaisers, you have like some small window of opportunity. Plus, you have a double vacuum wall because of the refresher. Or you could give it to your Keep of the Light. Obviously, the Wisps don't do like the before in the past, like you could get somebody in a perma lockdown, which was just dumb, but...
Now they will have wall back up in just a moment, courtesy of that Spell Prism on Funnick. Could help a bit. Roche getting a bit low. Gambit.
Yeah, there's the buyback.
Peppering from the outside. There's the boat commitment.
The boats.
Oh my gosh, the damage.
Jeez, and he's stuck.
Oh,
the ice
no.
shards. They're just locking him, and he gets...
The multi-purge coming out is insane. Jumping from Kasani, the wall. Can they bail the bristle out? The X pullback is there. They need more to crack the shell, and they get it.
He doesn't have buyback.
100 seconds and will not return.
Wow. The boats. The break from the Demonic Purge FNG with the Aghanim Scepter.
Just cast all of his ultimates on that bristleback, and he just crumbled apart.
And he just noticed way too late. Roger was trying to do some shenanigans.
Oh! Jump in, but Dream is able to grab the Aegis.
Now Storm has died for that.
I mean, that felt like
that was the desperation play.
Desperation for sure.
He got the cheese, though.
He has buyback, but about a minute before Bristle's going to be here.
This is pretty disastrous. No bristleback for 50 seconds, which they don't know, of course, but they'll try to take more racks while they can. FNG is spotted out, but it's just a trap. GPK is so smart.
Yep. He's waiting right there.
Boat after boat after boat.
Stop the boats!
The fleet.
Dang. Yeah, they just ram right through Roger. Buyback there for the Storm. He is the last hope right now for this defense.
Maybe if they kill Dream. Like, I don't know how you kill him twice, but maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Manta, he still has the Refresher Shard in his backpack here.
Oh, he just bought a Divine. Cool.
Who did?
The PL.
Oh.
He has no buyback anyways. Why not, right?
All right, you got to kill him twice if you really want to find a way back into this one somehow, HR. But he is chomping away on this bottom set of racks. No answer yet from HR. Nyx is back now. The Bristle in full form.
I'd rather see him have the Vanguard than the Spasher out. I think he just needs the raw tankiness. And because Dream has bought this Rapier, I don't know. The game is kind of weird now. It's that's
Gambit,
the best way to put it, Dakota.
Gambit
it's
have
just
like
weird.
a nuke, but you don't want to misfire it, you know? You go in there and you drop the ball.
Yeah, if you
HR
give
can
this,
suddenly bring this back.
If you give this to like Kasani or the Bristleback, they'd be both really tanky and hit really hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Rapier's was it the play? Is it the?
I don't know. GPK's also gone for this like magic hybrid lockdown build. He has the Aghanim Scepter, a Scythe, and then he's got the Torn Storm, obviously, and the Fleet. He's leveled up the Fleet.
Oh, they gave him the double Fleet action here now.
And he's taken the Torn AoE. Like, he's gone for this non-right-clicking
He's like
build.
I don't know. Spellcasting Paladin style build he's got going out.
Oh, nice Blind Torn.
Okay. But HR scramble back inside into the dark.
So how are you going to deal with all these defensive supports, the Aegis of Dream, and the fact that he's got 3.4 KHP? Let's see it.
Dream going right in. He's taking it to the Bristle. Kasani jumps in, trying to break up the illusions with the help now of the Aghanims. Going for
There's
the
a
pullback.
time lapse.
Nice stun. Possible quick takedown of Vampire. They're successful on that front. Now the commitment of the wall and the Will-O-Wisp. FNG next to fall here. GPK a bit low, has to backpedal a bit. Where's our PL in all of this? He's caught under the Will-O-Wisp. But man, the boats just keep coming out, and HR are sinking underwater fast. Nyx, though, still there. A buoy rising above the water, still fighting it out. Dream now takes to the side, looking to go for Roger, pull back vacuum, but where's the damage? Is it Nyx? He's taking it to Dream, but he's still got to take him down twice.
He punts him across.
Yeah, this Tusk is still kicking everybody around.
And the break on
I
the
don't
Bristle.
think they can do it. They can't even get Dream down the one time. This Dream is a full-blown nightmare, and they're going to just call GG.
Yeah, that's the game. Ooh.
Oh, it was long and a little painful, but credit to HellRaisers. They're a scrappy, scrappy bunch.